In this video, I'm going to show you the only method you will ever need to actually leverage Loom video with AI to actually get dozens of new meetings and book tens of thousands in revenue in the next month. I've personally used this strategy to book over 157 meetings for myself, and I have generated over 6 figures in revenue for my clients in the last year. Let me show you how it works. So ever since Loom came out, freelancers, SDR, lead gen agency owner use it to actually book new meetings. And if you somehow don't know what Loom actually is a very simple software that allows you to actually record new videos. The classical strategy is something like I just record a Loom with an observation and I send the Loom to people so that they can actually see my personality and so that I can actually talk about a problem I'm seeing in the company and how I can actually help them. And it usually helps you a lot to actually stand out from the crowd of all the mass DMs. So it is usually a very powerful strategy since it's very personalized, but it has a few problems. So first of all, if you're sending Loom videos, they are very hard to scale because making a Loom video requires 2 to 4 minutes and there's a limit on how much you can input per day. Secondly, if you're using email, putting the Loom video in the first email is actually tough in terms of deliverability because you shouldn't put actually a link in the first email. And if you actually try to scale it up, it's pretty difficult because reply rate are not that high, especially if you attach it in the first message, and you actually have problem in the long run. So we need actually to get a better approach, or we got crazy like creating 100 different Loom videos or creating Loom videos all the day, and it's not really scalable and you will see revenue just in such a long time. So what you can do instead of actually sending a lot of videos is to ask for one. So you can reach out to people and say something like, hey, I notice you are selling to e-commerces and you're running such an incredible agency. Can I show you my exact strategy to actually book more meetings with e-commerce managers? Can I just send you a quick Loom video with the process? And if they reply yes, you just actually send the Loom video, and this strategy, as you can see, totally changed the game. Let's see together the difference, because in one you actually create 100 Loom videos, you find like 100 emails, so you just contact them through LinkedIn, you send the 100 emails, you probably get 2 replies. And in the second strategy, the one that we asked to send the video, we can find really easily 5,000 different emails, send 5,000 different cold emails, easily get 100 replies, same conversion rate by the way, and we create only 100 videos on the replies. So making exactly the same effort but sending email first instead of the video directly, you can get like 100x the same result, the 100 times more eyeballs inside the video, which is a landing page that potentially convert with a percentage to a meeting. And actually this allows a lot of things. So first of all, you can contact so many more people. Secondly, you don't have to actually put a link in the first message, which sounds a little bit spammy. Third, you will pick a lot of hand raisers, so people that are interested, they want the video, and you can actually nurture them in the long run with first the video. But we will see later that we can do a lot of things to actually move cold traffic like this and really warm it up till it's ready to get into a meeting and then ultimately to actually buy your product or service. One simple script actually can look like this. Hey name, notice you're selling to B2B marketing managers. Have you ever tried LinkedIn ads? Can I send you a Loom video with a specific process? From ads to sales follow-up, we used to add $500,000 in revenue for a client. You just need to personalize this and you have to put your own case study and the service that you're selling. Can I send you the Loom video? They will say yes, please send me the Loom video. So you can reply with something like, hey, thanks for the reply. Here's the Loom video. You just create the link and attach the Loom video. By the way, if you want X results, I am fine in showing how this apply to your company. And you even put the slots. So you have a decent follow-up strategy to convert them from cold traffic to actually a meeting and then a sales. Now, this is just a level 1 of this specific strategy. Yes, you can try and implement it, but I promise you that if you continue watching the video, I will totally blow your mind with the level of the sophistication of the strategy I will show you, leveraging Clay and AI to create messages at scale that are so relevant that the prospect can't actually believe they are made at scale, and the strategy is incredibly more efficient than the one that I just showed you. So when you are sending Loom traditionally, you should narrow down your list as much as possible so that you can be as relevant as possible to your lead that actually has to open the Loom video. But we can actually get way deeper and actually get way more information about our prospect and get some problems, some ultra high level of personalization at scale using a software called clay.com. So to give you much more context, we have a problem running this kind of script because you see, hey name, notice you're selling to B2B marketing managers. So basically you have to create a list of all the B2B marketing managers, but maybe some other people are selling to e-commerce, or maybe you want to be more relevant. And secondly, there's another problem. So how you know that the people you're reaching out to are already running ads or not? Because at this point, the message should be different, right? So in one case would be, can I show you my process? So can actually show you why you should run LinkedIn ads. And the other would be, oh, you have a problem in your current setup or LinkedIn ads, or your LinkedIn ads are not profitable. This is our system to convert better leads or lower the cost per acquisition. And how can we do this at scale? Because manually checking if company running LinkedIn ads is not really easy, right? And this applies to any kind of services. You're selling Google ads, the same. You can check inside the company whether or not he has a Vidyard or a sales team, etc. So basically we have a problem running a generic script, and first of all we have to get at scale in what niche they are selling, and secondly if they are running LinkedIn ads or not. This is not a Clay specific tutorial, but with Clay we can basically manipulate any kind of data on the planet, and we can get all the information we need thanks to AI agent that can look on website and on the company page all of this information. So for example, let's say that we want to only send a message to companies running LinkedIn ads. We can get at scale through Clay if a company is running ads, because for example, let's say that we go to Apple. If we go to posts and we go to view ad library, we can see whether or not these are running ads. And as you can see, the search is always the same, http link.com ad library, and you have the ID of the company. So we can get this at scale with Clay. It's just one of the many use cases. It's enough to put the URL here. Lead magic enrichment will get the LinkedIn ID. I will rebuild at scale the ad library link and get whether or not the ads found are greater than 0. And if they're greater than 0, the company is running ads. I would use this kind of script. Hey name, notes you are selling to niche. Any reason you are not running LinkedIn ads? This is if they are not running ads. While if it is greater than 0, like Apple, I would reach out with a script, something like, hey name, notes you are selling to niche. I was reading before your active LinkedIn ads. Can I send you a Loom video with a specific process we use to 3x ROAS for clients thanks to our year-long follow-up system? As you can see, you can get so many information about your prospects, and you can create such a detailed strategy, and in your copy, in your first message, you can outline something that is so specific, some problems that I can have at scale that is unreasonable to prospect to actually not watch your own Loom and actually get more information, and if the Loom is good, actually get into a meeting. Again, this is just a Loom video. If you want to watch other content, I have so many content about Clay and how to actually manipulate data and use Clay to actually get better prospecting lists and do the work of 10 SDRs basically alone. So as you can see, Clay is such a powerful tool, right? And even if I don't work for them, I use it daily, and I can guarantee you it's the most powerful thing I ever seen in the outbound and go-to-market space since the times of Salesforce. And apart from this, I run probably the biggest newsletter in the Clay space, clayoperator.com, and one of the biggest community with a course out there. So if you want to check more information to actually become a Clay expert faster, monetize your Clay career, or actually get a Clay implementation, please watch the description. I promise you that you will find all the information to actually jumpstart your Clay career or take the most of this tool. So now that you know the option, let me show you how to record Loom videos that convert, and let me break down into 4 different components. But just before jumping into it, there are some common rookie mistakes you should try your hardest to avoid. Like, don't waste prospect time, add a very clear call to action, onboard contacts in a very long nurturing sequence, or adding like a link directly to the Loom, so it's very low friction to go from the video to actually booking a meeting. The more confident and cool you are, and the higher is the probability to actually get a conversion. So let's go over all the components of the perfect Loom video, and let's go over my personal checklist. The first component is the setup. So good lighting facing your face, not behind you, your camera at eye level, stack some books if you need it, a quality microphone, no noisy environment. You've done your own research, the video should be relevant and short. So in brief, make sure that the prospect can really hear you and see you, and not something like in a dark room and you seem like a very sketchy guy. Second part, you can create a Loom very fast. Click on Command, Shift and L. It will automatically start, so it will be very easy to record. Use their name immediately, something like hey Sarah, hey James, and guys, the first 5 seconds and even more the next 20-60 seconds are very important, because if you don't say the right things, the probability of getting over the second number 10 is like very low. A lot of people are sending me Looms, I just watch 5 seconds and I just close the window. And you don't want to be that guy, because you put so much effort to create the videos and you really want people watching it from 0 to the end. Okay, reference something specific, like immediately I was on your ad library and noticed you're running these LinkedIn ads plus specific comment. Really show your screen and actually show them that, okay, I'm your ads library and maybe you have a problem here, or I noticed that you're doing this wrong. Then, to be fair, the best Loom video you can ever send is a problem revealed magnet. You notice a problem in your prospect company, you would provide a solution. For example, it could be the prospect is running LinkedIn ads in countries they are not operating. And there's a way to do this, especially with Clay. Or for example, they are selling to e-commerces and you say, hey, I'm on your e-commerce, and you show that you're on the e-commerce web page. Hey, I noticed that your pop-up doesn't contain the phone numbers, you know that you're missing 30% of revenue, not following up with SMS and WhatsApp. Next part, the recording, 1 to 4 minutes. Then the next 15, 30, 60 seconds should be about the why they should listen to you, why you are the best source of info and not a random guy on the internet. If you don't add this, nobody will go over your video. And this is about, for example, let's say that I'm selling to agencies that are selling to e-commerces. I would say something like, oh, you should listen to me. Actually, this system is proven to having booked 157 calls in the last 6 months thanks to this system having generated this kind of revenue. I'm coaching so many people. This is really important. You're the authority. People should watch what you're saying. You can help yourself with slides, a mirror board, gamma up is perfect, especially when you understood the pitch. More or less it's always the same. It's converting. You just have to change like the first part of the video, like hey name, this is the problem. Everything else can be scripted, so it's easier to record, and you're not saying you're making pauses, you're just saying something like I don't know, and you will be like straightforward, direct, and the probability to convert would be higher. Then of course try to provide a solution that problem you found or the thing you would do to improve the current situation. Remember that you can pause the video, don't lose the prospect time. You can see that you can pause the video. So now the video, for example, is starting. You can pause the video, maybe you can jump to another window, or you can think about what to say next, and you can start it again. So we'll just automatically start without the pause that you would make. Okay, next, add a call to action to book a call with you, and you can see the call to action and add a link to your Loom so the prospect can easily book a new meeting. You see that here I have a book a GTM strategy call. You click on that and you jump directly to my calendar. This is very powerful. How to add this? Edit your video, edit the link, and you can add the link or move the button of the link. Fourth component is subsequences. This is something very few people actually is using. I don't know why. Create a subsequence in Smart Lead. Go to Smart Lead, go to your campaign, find your campaign, and add a subsequence. A subsequence is something that if someone raises his hand, like, are you interested in a Loom? I say, yes, I'm interested. You can create a subsequence that first send a Loom with the calendar link or whatever, but then I will onboard in a follow-up sequence that is like 1 year long. And I really suggest 1 year long, because maybe you pick up someone in the wrong moment, you have to think about it, it's not the right time, and nurture a link from a year, the probability of getting something from that lead actually skyrocket. How How can you do this? Again, go to the campaign, subsequence, add sequence, add leads based on the lead category. So whenever you mark someone interested in Smart Lead, you can add the lead to the subsequent after 3 days, because the first would be your Loom message. For example, after 3 days, you can say, hey, any chance to have you watch my video? If not, this is even my YouTube and we can jump on a call. Secondly, it can be another call to action. Third, another offer. And you can really create as many follow-up sequences as you want. I'm really a believer of making even like 1 year long. And it worked like this. So cold email, you get a positive reply. Oh, I'm interested. Send me the Loom. You send the Loom with the Loom and the slots, and the Loom should contain the link. Hey name, here's the Loom video. By the way, if you want to fix problem fast, I'm fine in jumping in a call to guide you. You can find here my slot. Thanks, Michael. And then by the fact that you mark it as interested, after 3 days, like we set up on Smart Lead, there would be the year-long sequence. Message 2 after 3 days, message 3, 4, 5 till 1 year. Maybe follow up every 15 days, every month. At the beginning, maybe every 3 days, then every 1 month. One message can send to a YouTube video, so it starts following you on YouTube, and YouTube is very powerful to actually convert people. Message 4 can be an offer, message 5 a workshop, or any other kind of way to actually engage the lead in a creative way. This makes all the difference. You can understand why, because you pick and razor, you nurture them really long term, and you can totally change the success of your prospecting campaigns this way. Then I even suggest to go omni-channel, connect on LinkedIn, follow, comment, like post. If you have an SDR, after you watch the Loom, call directly. Hey, I was the guy from the Loom. The founder just told me to call because you watch our video. It's very powerful. Personal connection, land the meeting. Add a message for a 12 months period. Okay, we have just said this. First message should be Loom plus your slot, like we have seen here. And this is how you make your Loom strategy work. As you can see, from zero to very basic, you can become really sophisticated, both in the message and in the follow-up process, but the success of marketing and sales is in the details. And this is how you can go from beginner to super advanced in creating such an amazing Loom strategy with AI. So let me show you an example of a Loom that actually worked in real life and why it actually worked. This especially is a Loom I use for HR agencies, and as you can see, everything is scripted, so it was enough to actually read anything, and the Loom looks like this.
I noticed that your recruiting agency basically is using ads to actually get new people and get new clients. And
so as you can see in the very first part, hey name, and then I mentioned that especially here that this kind of agency is running ads, and then there's
a system that we built studying over 100 HR agencies. It generated over 244 closed B2B.
And as you can see in the first 60 seconds, it's just about why me, why you should listen to me, and I have a lot of social proof.
Deals and 1,500 different meetings in 27 different niches. We studied what's working inside the fastest growing HR agencies, and we copied the patterns.
To just walk through the slide faster, so first 5 seconds, hey, name, you're running this, maybe you have a problem, this is the solution. Before the solution, I'm about to show you the growth system we built studying over 100 HR agency, generated over 244 closed leads, and it's actually the first 30 to 60 seconds. It's a lot, I know, but it can totally change the game. I have a mid CTA to actually book meetings or follow my YouTube channel so that they can directly click here and book a meeting. If you really can implement all these things from the really beginning to the follow-up strategy and how you have to record the Loom, don't worry, because you can totally reach your quota and get many deals and hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue in the next month. Now in this video I use Clay to build a list and write the copy for cold outbound, and Clay is genuinely the most powerful tool out there in the market right now, but there's a lot of nuance about it and only so much that I can show you in just one video. So click here to actually watch the next video. I'm gonna show you how to use Clay, learn it fast, and most importantly how to scale it without using any credits. Or click here if you are already familiar with Clay and you want to see my step-by-step strategy to actually getting dozens of clients for your own B2B business or agency using Clay and Reddit AI. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.